saw the skeleton.
In Terrebonne Parish and the surrounding bayous of Louisiana.
It's all about the voodoo, Louisiana, voodoo, the whole 9 yards. And one of the keys here is a book called Hoodoo Mysteries. And it says, and Hoodoo Mysteries, Inside Secrets of the Louisiana Voodoo. And all of a sudden, by Ray Marlborough. And all of a sudden now, this book is hard to find, yet but I bought the book in July. And all of a sudden now, you can get them on the internet, you can get them in certain places, and you can still get it. But they froze this book as far as you looked at or put it on the shelf. I bought it at Order Books in July, and then all of a sudden this thing hit, and all of a sudden this book is disappeared. But I'm going to read you something here. Check it out. And so you'll understand what's really going on with this whole Louisiana thing. This book is a secret, is a result of my research of spiritual magical baths. In mid-1999, I wrote an 8-page pamphlet on the topic about spiritual baths, which was intended as supporting a text for a class in shell divination. The reader response to this brief treatment of the subject convinced me that the audience wanted to know more about Hoodoo in particular. In chapter 1, I have explained the difference between Voodoo as a religion and Hoodoo as a spiritual or magical practices, as it has been handed down from generation to generation to an unbroken line. Now, if you go see the movie The Skeleton, that's the first thing the sister said in there. She said Voodoo is a religion and Hoodoo is other practices of magical practices and stuff. And you got to understand, Hoodoo is where you get the voodoo doll from, because in Voodoo there's no such thing as a doll. And that got mixed up. That's Hoodoo from Louisiana. You see what I'm saying? Now, moving right along, it says, Hoodoo and Voodoo, both religions, are practiced in the state of Louisiana, have many things in common, being from one root origin, yet they have differences as well. In general, Hoodoo practitioners carry many of the same functions as the Haitian Hogan, Amango, a priestess in Voodoo. However, Hoodoo practitioners of Louisiana are more like the Vocal that exists in Haiti. And the Vocal is the black magic type of practitioner. A big difference is that the big difference is that in Louisiana, the Hoodoo practitioner does not have a bad reputation as the Vocal does in Haiti, even though the word Hoodoo itself has come a slang of the term meaning, black bad luck or fortune. A person who seems to have a run of bad luck is said to have been Hoodoo. To many people, the word has derived from the word voodoo, taking the meaning during the early 19th century. So in so many words, they said that what happened is they outlawed voodoo in Louisiana, because after the Haitian Revolution, about a year later, Louisiana started importing Haitians. Now, remember now look at the thing. About a year after the Haitian Revolution, Louisiana, by being a French-speaking territory, and by the Haitians speaking French because they were colonized by the French, it was more than likely that when they started to travel, because they were freed, they made their way to New Orleans about a year later. Now look, they went and took a storm and hit Haiti last year, and 1 year later they hit New Orleans, the same aspect of the way the voodoo traveled. You see, as a result, they outlawed voodoo in Haiti, and what happened was the laws on the book said that you could go to jail based on practicing voodoo or voodoo. But the laws on the book had no laws of practicing hoodoo. So they changed the word voodoo to hoodoo as a strategic move to practice voodoo in Louisiana. And thus you get the word hoodoo. and the Roman Catholic European practice of the candle burning, and therefore you got a whole other system that derives in America. That is the American origin. See, the whole concept here is this, right? You got to understand that the government, they look for things that that have an American origin. They say without black people, America was in a third rate Europe. But because of so many cultures, and mainly the black culture, it made America the standard, you see, of its own unique culture. So when they look at particular things that can unseat them, they say, well, Voodoo was from Haiti. But Hoodoo, which has the Catholic counterpart and Native American root counterpart, is its own unique religion that basically comes out of Louisiana. So as a result of it coming out of Louisiana, then Louisiana has to be the chief state in which they feel that their future problems to unseat them is going to come out of. This is their thinking. What they don't realize is there's a spirit war that's going on as well as a physical war, and what you have been seeing was the physical warfare, but there's a whole realm of spiritual warfare that's going on. So let me give you some aspect of what's going on in the spiritual world. New Orleans